Welcome back. In the break, I just got, power issues. So what I'm doing is I'm stopping, I'm on a mobile data. So I'll just 4G it is, but sometimes it causes problem. So currently I'm stopping video. So, but we will still continue and will not waste next time. So here I've stopped the video. Anytime I get a power back, I can restart it, resume it. So now let's continue. So what we were talking about before the break was the rules regarding outer class and inner class. Looking at the time, currently I'll not revise the rules. Anyway, we are going to meet in the lab session. So at that time, of course, you'll have a revision. But have you looked at the code and have you tested all the rules which I have mentioned? What you can do from outer class, inner class, and likewise. Those who have not done it, please do it in the lab session before I join the session. So this was the statement done so far. Now, before I apply, I told you we are going to apply to your employee assignment, but I thought of taking another type of this, which is very easy to follow. So if you open nested classes, I'm not going to take immediately back to back statically nested classes, but there is another subcategory of non-static nested class called as method local inner class. So is it really very useful? Practical application? Answer is no, not very useful. But if you see it, I'm just discussing it as an exam objective. Okay, so please read, and then we will apply it in the example. So this and the last one tomorrow. So method local inner class is nothing but the entire inner class. It is a non-static nested class. The definition will be embedded within the method definition. So it will be treated as, see, the example makes it easier. So take a look at it. This is your outer class. Outer class has a method, let's say test. Okay, so this is your test method logic. And can you declare in Java a class within a method? Answer is yes. So what is this called? Method local inner class, or some authors call it as simply local inner class. So like how whatever members you declare within a method inside, what is the scope of it? Only within that method. Likewise, what will be the scope? Who all will be able to use this method local inner class? I'll give you options. Only the test method or any other method? Respond. Answer is only test method. So can you see it is so limited? Only that method in which it is defined, you can access it. So this is your inner class definition. And then you can have, because it's a inner class, non-static nested class, outer class cannot access it directly. So here you can create, you'll be required to create inner class instance and then access. So let us write quickly an example, and then we will apply it. Not this example, the earlier example will apply to your employee scenario. So start with me. So I'm saying nested class. I'm creating another package. So this is, I will call it as, I'll rename. How do you rename a package? Right click, refactor, and the option is rename. So you'll know what is happening. So here I'm saying it is not a nested class. It is actually a example of inner class. Okay. So this was your first example. Now I'm creating another package, another example to show you method local inner class. So let's create that. I'll call it as method local inner class, starting with A. I'm not even going to write a main method. This is just to show you the rules. So you all know I can add a state here. I am not even going for static and all, but because that is already done. So let me add a constructor here. Nothing complex so far. And here, now let us write. So I'll write this comment. Add a method to embed, or to add, or to embed is a better word. entire inner class definition. Okay. So we are adding some method here. I can add anything. So I've written there in this test. So will you be able to access this I from test? Of course, yes. That's not a point. So I'm just writing some SOP in test. So tell me, has everyone understood so far? No confusion, no question so far? I am not even written that code. Inner class, I've not even written. Has everyone caught up? So declare the outer class, some data member, some suitable constructor, and the non-static method. Tell me, reach here or not? Respond fast because we have to do the application also. Okay, great. Now here, those who joined me late, guys, I'm having my electricity, power is down. So I'm working on a generator and the mobile data. So I have stopped the video. Anyway, so this was done. So can you add the inner class definition? Answer is yes. So that is what I'm showing you. So create a class inside and let's call it as a, you can call it as B, whichever. You got it? So here, when you say class B, try to make it as private class B. So check the rule because you should understand, you should try it out and you can refer to it. Illegal modifier for the local class. They call it as local class. Anyone wants to tell me why? See, earlier I was showing you private, default, all these things were working. But why it is not working any longer? Anyone wants to tell me? Are you understanding the question? Why you'll have a problem with this private or any keyword? Because what is the scope of this local variable? Only within the method. So like how? See, everything should be clear. Suppose I declare a variable here, int data. So tell me, can I make it as private in data? Of course not. So same rule. So this is your method local variable. Method local variable has only the implicit scope of what? Current method. So likewise, whenever you create a method local inner class, this is your method local inner class definition. You cannot add any access specifier. It is implicitly local to the current method. Now come inside. And can I declare any data members here? For example, int I, so int j. You can hide it also. Here you can add the access specifier. I'm giving you the answers via the statements. Here, can I add the constructor for initializing the state? Answer is yes again. And mainly, can I add any members, data members, what is it called? Instance methods here. So you can. So let me show you first. If I say static method. So tell me why there is a compiler in my error the moment I try to add a static method to method local inner class. Because the method local inner class is nothing but a specialization of your nested class, inner class. And like how you saw in inner classes, non-static nested classes, you cannot add that. So this method is out. Static methods you cannot add. But can I declare a non-static method there? Answer is yes. And then as always, you have to check what all will you be able to access. So SOP, here, will I be able to access the, where is my inner this? Will I be able to access J? So I'm saying from show. So you'll know what is it. Of course, yes, it's a non-static method. So J is possible. No compiler error. And will I be able to access the outer classes member? Oh, sorry. Before that, I have discussed this data. So observe data. What is it you are having? So are you understanding? This is your method local variable in that method. So I access that. And here, if I say further, what is the further thing I want to show you? Will you be able to access the state of the outer class? So check this. All answers are yes. Why? Because this was your method local state, fine. I mean, inner class state, fine. This was the variable, but see the scope. It is declared here. So of course allowed. And the moment I call it as the non-static nested class, this whole is a non-static nested class. So inner classes can directly access outer classes members. So again, I'm not given the rule in writing because looking at time, but you can form your own questions and the answers. And now, so here see this, see the scope. So here my method local inner class is over. You got that? Here is where I'm opening the method local inner class. Here I'm closing it. So now, if I now okay, I'll give you the question. I want to call this show method of that inner class. How to? I want to call from here this show method. Anyone wants to tell me how? I have done this earlier. So here it is, test.show. Wrong answer, Gaurav. See, I think you are mistaken. See, I'm still in that method. This is that entire method. Okay, I'll say test method over. And I'm asking you here, from here. Anyone wants to tell me? I'll have to, no, a dot b dot show is wrong. Here, I'll have to create the instance first. This is your non-static nested class. So, how to access, how to call, how to invoke the show. Show is what? How to invoke the inners show method. Answer is you have to create, this is your outer, I mean, this is your the method in the outer class. So here what you'll have to do is, I'll have to say b1 equal to new b, give some values for initialization, and then check this b1 dot show. So guys, this has nothing, see, this is not, somebody told me a dot b, wrong answer, because check this. Here I'm already in this method, test method. So it has the access to this. So I just had to create the inner class instance and then call the method. Okay. So just open that, your workspace, if you are coding along, day 11.1, bin, and open method local inner class. So as you can see, outer class is fine, a dot class. But if you see the inner class's name, a dollar, and this is the first method local inner class, so 1, and the name of the inner class. So method local inner classes, guys, don't waste too much time because there is not much of a practical usage. But given any code, you should be able to answer all the questions. So the last one, and then we'll move on. So just check what is that method. So I'm adding another method, public void test2, and answer the last question before we start applying. Can you access class B from here? It's a Boolean question, yes or no. Will you be able to access the class B as in show method and all? Of course not. Because what is the scope of this class B? Anyone wants to answer? Is it only test? Is it class A or whatever? Answer is only within the method, test only. That is what I have given in writing. So answer here is, of course, no. Confirm. So what? How do you confirm? Try to create b1. So you say b1 equal to new b, and you don't get anything. So if you suppose say, and 1, 2, 3, immediately you'll get a compiler error. So take the cursor there, very easy to understand. It says B cannot be resolved to a type. So again, I'm asking you for everyone's clarity. What is the visibility of this class A? Only within the test method. So that is why we call it as method local inner class. So I'm keeping this under comment. You uncomment it and try it out. So the point I'm trying to make is here, This is of a very less usage. I mean, hardly any use because it is all local to one method. But if you see some such code in your exams or in your technical interviews and all, you should be able to understand this is nothing but the syntax of method local inner class. So I've just considered 2 out of 4. Remaining 2 we are going to do tomorrow. So now let us come back to the interesting one. The interesting one is, what is it we are going to use for associating? So for adding, for what do you say, confirming composition between employee and Aadhaar card. It is a composition of an essay. What is it you are going to use? Are you going to use the inner class or are you going to use method local inner class? Answer the question. What is it we are going to create it as? Inner class. So I'll talk in steps, follow the steps. So don't make changes in the earlier code. So just click Control C. I mean, click on day 11 lab. And here I'm saying, make a copy. So day 11 lab 2. I'll wait. Just do it faster because we have less time, I mean, remaining. So just copy your earlier project. This is all about aggregation. And the second copy I'm giving you with a composition. Have you made this copy? Can I continue? Just copy day 11 lab into day 11 lab 2, step 1. Do let me know. Only one said yes. What about others? Done? Okay. Now say Control Shift W. Close all your earlier windows so that you don't get mixed up. And open day 11 lab 2. Add all the packages. So anyone wants to tell me, currently this Aadhaar card, is it created as a separate outer class or is it created as an inner class? It is a separate outer class. So what is it we are going to do? Very easy. So here, open that Aadhaar card. In the current situation I showed you earlier, any tester can directly go ahead and create this. So what you do is pick up the entire class definition. Pick it up from public class Aadhaar card to this, and you can save this and Control C. And where you are going to add it? You are going to add it within the employee class. You understood what I did? Forget the import list. Import list we will add separately. So only take public class till line number 24. And here, come to the end. And here, give a comment. Add inner class definition. So which is that inner class? What is the meaning of inner class? Non-static nested class. Add inner class and say Control V. And once you have done this, you can remove, delete. Right click on aadhaarcard.java and delete it. So we'll solve all these errors and all that properly. Oh. Okay, so there is a mismatch. Anyway, I'll do it in a, we will solve all the errors. Hardly there are any errors, doesn't matter. Did you understand what I did? Has everyone finished it? So see this, after linking Aadhaar card method, simply copy paste the inner class definition. So here is where your inner class begins and here is where it ends. So here, inner class over, and here you will have outer class over. Done the copy? Changes, I'll repeat. See this one, now I don't have that. Anyway, you would be having that Aadhaar card class. So copy the whole contents of it. Don't copy the import list and paste it under this. So where are you pasting it? You are pasting it, copying it under the outer class of employee. Otherwise, you can wait. I can give you the code after I solve the errors. So now, okay, those errors were just taking this time to save and all that. So tell me, now, if you see the bin folder, how many classes will you see? One will be, of course, employee. And what will be the other .class file? Which will be the other .class file? Will it be only Aadhaar card dot class or will it be something else? It will be outer dollar inner. Absolutely correct. So it will be check it out. Don't trust. So please open the thing. So this is PGDAC day 11 lab 2 bin and open com app core. And you should be able to see employee dot class outer class. Department dot class, that enum class. And what is it you are looking at? Outer dollar inner. Employee dollar Aadhaar card. Clear so far? Has everyone done the changes? One step at a time, I'm showing you. Okay. So now just open this and you know that inner class can access outer classes details. But here, if you want to establish a relationship, employee has Aadhaar card, is this required or will this be gone? If I want to say employee has a Aadhaar card, is this data member required or not required? Answer is no, wrong. All answers are wrong. Of course required. Because guys, if you remove it, the state of the employee will not contain any Aadhaar card information. So to establish hazard, let it be aggregation, let it be composition. Everything works on the object reference. Okay, so I'll repeat the statement again. Just adding the Aadhaar card class inside does not help you with composition. So this remains untouched as it is. Next one. So now here, you just check wherever there is a point. Otherwise, you'll start, whole code will start failing. So this is your outer class member card and all. So as you can see, there are 0 compiler errors. There is no compiler error even after making the change. That is how we write it. And now check. Go ahead, open the tester. And now open that test association. And can you tell me, are you getting this compiler error or are you not? You got 100% you will have to get. This was the point. So we have nicely replaced the aggregation by composition. Means what in simple English? Will you be able to create the Aadhaar card instance without the enclosing employee? Answer is no. Are you understanding the point which I wanted to show you with example? So this is all gone. If you want to create the instance of the Aadhaar card, what is it you'll have to do first? Which is that outer class instance. You'll have to create the employee class instance. No, forget employee.Aadhaar card is the reference type. I'm talking about object. So what is it you'll have to do first? You will have to create the employee class instance and then assign the thing. So this is what. So now tell me, are we still working on aggregation or are we working on what is it called? Composition. Answer is composition. Okay. So you can see this here. Can you create? Answer is no. So what does it indicate? Right? What is a stronger coupling, or you can call it as composition, and answer is right in front of you. So I'll just comment it. So now you have that bigger example. I just wanted to show you. So here I can say employee is equal to new employee. I'm just going to give this thing, hard code the values. I'm not even calling any validation rules, as you can see. So that is already there in our bigger code. Last name. I'll repeat the statement. I'm not calling the validation rules, so I can give anything. Email. Department, of course, I can't give anything. So suppose I want to put this employee in R&D. You have R&D as a self-type constant. So either use import static. If you don't want to do that, you can say department dot and R&D. The join date, suppose now. This is all for hard coding. Point is inner and outer. Here. And the salary. So tell me, what is it you have created first? What is line number 14 doing? Are we creating the outer class instance or inner class instance? outer. Everyone gets it? So here, this is the reference of the outer type. This is the object. Now, I will write the LHS. You will dictate the RHS. So what will be the type of that? Outer dot inner. Guys, why this is visible? Because here, see this. I have made this as a public class. If you want, the third party should not be able to access it at all, remove it. See, this is what I call it as a playing with the code. And here itself, it fails because of that visibility. But I just wanted to prove a point or explain the point. So let me keep it as public. You can access it. And then I can say card. Anyone wants to dictate the right hand side, please dictate the RHS. You can talk in short form. RHS, please. Because I have to show you various syntaxes to make you realize what is happening. So here, yeah. So see this, guys. You don't have to say new employee. You already have got this E. Then you have to create the Aadhaar card instance in this manner. Are you getting this? And since we have written, let me just check. Is there a toString there? Yes, public string toString. And if I say SOP card, there is some problem here. I just fix the imports. See, if you're having a compiler error, the keystroke I use is Control-Shift-O. I just imported the employee and it worked. So coming back to the point, see that's not important point. Important point is to understand what is allowed. So here is where I've created the outer class instance. And if you want to create the inner class, I cannot even access it directly. So this is your outer.inner variable name, reference variable name. And somebody said new. So I said, I don't require. That was the other example, new A, new B. But I already have this. So I can simply say E. But I don't have the Aadhaar card instance. So I created. And when you say SOP card, whose toString it will call? Will it call the employee's toString or will it call the Aadhaar card's toString? Simple question, simple answer. Of course, Aadhaar card toString. And you can see the whole thing. So you can see these are the Aadhaar card details. So observe and conclude. Just because everything is from try it out types. So here I'm writing something SOPE. And here you will see, you can check it. So here SOPE again. This is now important, not so important. So here I have got that employee instance. I have created the card instance. Observe and conclude. This is very interesting. So that is why you do spend good amount of time on this. Observe and conclude. Explain the second output. See, I can take like literally hours on this, which we don't have. So tell me, here we had created the outer class instance. Got it? Here, what is it we have done? Answer that. I've already shown you the output. So just, you can figure it out. You have created the inner class instance or outer class instance in line number 15. Aadhaar card instance means what? Inner class instance. But now important statement. Have you linked these two objects yet? Answer is not. Means what? In the outer class, you remember you have a data member such as card. So what is the value of the card here? Null or not null? What is the value? Is null. Okay, and that is why where we have called this method at all. So here, that is why. See, people ask you a lot of trick questions. So generally I get the answer here not linked, but here linked. So I just wanted to confirm. We have not called that link Aadhaar card or whatever methods where we are linking the references. So here it is still not linked. So if you really want to do the linking, we have written all this in that longer code. So that will work as it is. But here, can anyone tell me what should I do? Yes, but there's a small mistake in your this. You have to call e.link Aadhaar card. Very right. Till that you are right, Yogesh. But unfortunately, for linking Aadhaar card, I'm not taking the card reference. So I'll have to take those card number, card creation date, and then you will be able to do it. Are you getting it? So the point was here also employee not yet linked with card, and the same output you saw here. You're also the same. Employee still not linked. So there are two objects created, but they are not still not linked. And for doing this, you just have to, for linking, you have to call that link method. But I'm not wasting. Okay, if you want, I can do that also. So e dot, because otherwise, you'll have a haphazard things. So suppose I want to link the card, suppose as was other. I don't want to leave it halfway. Okay. And here is the location. Okay. And now answer the question. Guys, please spend good amount of time on such test cases. Anyone wants to tell me at this point, which details, what will be the details of Aadhaar card, null or not null? Last one. Of course, not null. You will see that this card number, the date, and the location details all printed. So the second one is the trick question. The first one and the third one, I think, are easy. As you can see, the card number, Aadhaar card information is, all linked. But the one which you should be careful is about the second one. So this was the tester part. Now I'm just going little faster in the sense I want to run our bigger application and check whether it is working properly. But guys, I'll give you the sequence. First, go through these smaller samples and then run your actual example. So I'm closing it all and running this, the larger one, test employee organization. And here, let's see this. I just want to run it before we stop. I hope you realize in day 11 lab, you have an example of aggregation. Day 11 lab 2, you have the example of composition. So suppose I want to hire this one. Join date. Salary. And here, I'm just confirming what you know already. Oh, I should have said first, update display. So you can do that. Now, of course, it would have been null. Null means card not yet linked. And now user is asking me, data entry operator or whatever is asking me, add the card details, which is enter employee ID, sorry. So employee ID, what is it I have given? 10. So I have it. There was only one reference. So calling equals once and card number, creation date, and the location. It was created in some other location that says. And then confirm. What was that? Display and check. Of course, these were the basic details of employee. And just check. Have we successfully linked it with her card information? Answer is yes. So the point to note, you understood the output? Everyone understood? That whole code is perfectly working just by pushing that which class we have pushed. We have added, there's no separate existence for Aadhaar card. Nobody can directly talk to Aadhaar card. Nobody can directly create the instance of the Aadhaar card. Anyone who wants to create the instance of the Aadhaar card, what is the prerequisite? What is it they will have to create first? They'll have to create the outer class instance, that is the employee instance first, and then only you will be able to link it. So this was the example of composition achieved via non-static nested class, which is called as inner class. Understood something at least 5-10%? Because you're going to look at it in a detailed manner in this. Yeah. This one, Ankit, we are almost stopping. So I'm going to share both, Ankit. Day 11 lab, aggregation. Day 11 lab 2, composition. That is why I separated two projects. And when I write core Java assignments, whatever that, I'm going to give you that open, import this project to understand aggregation. Open this project to understand the composition. So today's highlights were, we have started with the nested classes. I have shown you non-static nested class, method local inner class. So do revise it fully. And then I showed you, more importantly, the use cases, practical usage, once in the aggregation form and one in the composition form. So this is your understanding about has a relationship. Okay. So definitely I'm stopping here. Do revise with all those instructions which you will read from Core Java assignment. And then I will give you, I'm going to write it in that. So I'll just form, I'm just thinking about it. You remember we had created a vehicle class earlier. You remember about the vehicle class we talked about? A vehicle has a registration number and all that. Okay. So let me just quickly figure out which day it was so that, I can open it. I'll just see. Searching for it. Okay, so I can see it from day 7 data. Okay, so here I'm just opening this vehicle class. I'll tell you. Eclipse day 7 data, Eclipse projects day 7.3. So let me just check, because I'm going to add on to this. So yeah, this looks good. Don't worry, you don't have to remember any of it. You just have to understand. And I'll be writing this assignment properly. So here, let us see whether we wrote some tester. So we had written the tester also. Fine, great. So now I'm going to ask you to convert it into switch case options and all. So imagine that you are maintaining a showroom where different vehicles are kept. So one option will be add the vehicle to your showroom. Okay, so that is your adding the data and all that. And now I am just explaining because I generally join little late in the session. So now this vehicle, user comes in, user means buyer. Buyer comes in, customer comes in, and user wants to purchase a vehicle. So when the user says, user is booking a vehicle and buying a vehicle. Okay, so when user says buy a vehicle, we will ask the user which vehicle ID, which registration number. You will say you have a flaw in business logic. Registration numbers are issued after the vehicle is sold, but that much you just adjust. Okay, so here, before the moment customer wants to have it, you want to find out, suppose you are delivering the vehicle to the customer address, what is it you will require? What are the inputs you will need? You will need the delivery address. Are you understanding? I don't know whether you are really understanding what I'm saying. I said, you have a showroom, a dealer showroom, and user walks in, customer walks in and wants to purchase a vehicle, online, offline, you can say whatever. And now you want to deliver that vehicle to the customer's doorstep. So what will you require? The delivery address. Okay. So answer the simple question. This delivery address, does it, what should be the association between vehicle and a delivery address? Is a or has a? Today is the day of has a, obviously. How can you say vehicle is a delivery address or delivery address is a vehicle? Of course, has a. Now tell me, what would you like to impose? Would you like to impose it as an aggregation or would you like to impose it as a composition? You can code anyway. But realistic thing is composition. See, delivery address does not mean anything unless until you purchase the vehicle. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to add an option, purchase a vehicle. the user will give the vehicle number, registration number, and then you will have to link. I'm saying the same thing. Earlier you are linking Aadhaar card. You will link the delivery address to the vehicle, and then you can say purchase over, or we will deliver the your vehicle to this doorstep. So I'm going to give you a very parallel scenario. So you can look at it. If you finish the revision, you can start solving. I'll give you enough instructions. And if you're unable to solve or there's still a confusion, we will, as usual, solve it together. So this is what is going to be the plan of today's lab, first half or whatever. I mean, till whatever time. And then if time permits, I'll give you more. Is overall requirement at least clear? I'll put it down in the core Java assignments. Vehicle and a delivery address. Something is clear or nothing is clear? Partially at least. Okay, so that will be all. I'm stopping the session here. I'll take some time to upload the code because I have to phrase all this, and you will get a complete clarity once you start solving the assignment after the revision. That will be all. See you in the labs.